Hello and welcome back to Mad Bounties. Today we're going to be checking out what happened in the market. We had market close, and we're going to see exactly how the Grand Line Exchange reacted to some of the buys and the sells that were going on with the community right now. Be sure to check out StockPiece.fun to be able to invest in your agenda, and let's get into it. So, looking at it right now, number one thing we're going to start off with is we're going to start off with Akainu. Akainu had an amazing open. Now, the thing is, most of these stocks are going to have had an amazing open. There's going to be the first initial trade window. Everyone came in with a pocket full of cash and they were ready to invest. So, honestly, it's going to be more telling on each of these characters which one had gone down in value relative to going up to it. So, I'm not as concerned whenever it comes to increases, unless it's these pretty decently sized ones. Now, Akainu had a pretty big jump going up from 75 berries up to 159 berries. A solid increase in his price. This is mostly due to his fundamentals because he hasn't really done a whole lot. I mean, aside from hanging out in the chair, and I've already talked about that at length before, but Akainu, he is going to be good, solid investment. He's probably going to keep maintaining price because people just aren't going to want to get rid of this guy. Going on to Aokiji here. Aokiji, he went up from 50 berries up to 93. Decent increase, almost a 2x on the price in which you had an initial investment into him. So if you invest in Aokiji, still pretty good increase from whatever you had. But at 93, you're sitting on a healthy profit. So if you got in early, and a lot of these people who are going to be getting in early on this first chapter move, you're going to be sitting the pretties. You're going to be able to get in at these low prices, and you're going to be able to capitalize and leverage for the most gain. Now, the only problem is with big gains comes a lot of risk if you're not willing to move your money out of it, and we'll get to that when we talk about some of these other choices. Arlong going down to 12 berries. Can't say I'm surprised. I mean, blue hockey can only get you so far. Maybe when we get Don Krieg in here, maybe we'll have an ETF of the gold and blue hockey, and whenever they both come in the picture, they'll increase up to 500 berries a pop. But we'll see when that day comes. Bartolomeo up to 44 from 25. Kind of a surprising increase. I mean, especially given his showing on getting fucking his ship wiped out by Yasop from the crew, literally getting back shots from the red hair pirates. I mean, I'm not the hugest fan of Bartolomeo myself. I mean, he had some cool moments, but he's literally just Dick Rider did the best Dick Rider in A. So, it is what it is. I can understand why people would buy him a little bit, but I mean, it ain't gonna be me, bro. Ben Beckman going up to 64 off of 50. I mean, sure. I mean, literally, you're just running with hype men. Point my gun at Wizaru, man. I mean, shut the arm off of Eustace Kid. I mean, sure. I guess we can keep riding that hype train from 5 years ago. I'm not going to invest in Beckman. I'm never going to touch this stock. You would have to catch me on an off day whenever I'm looking for this stock. But a slight increase to 64. I mean, you're going to be kind of happy with it. I can see it going down in the near future though. Beppo at 26. I think that's a slight increase. I don't recall what he's at. I think it was at 25. So a $1 increase on Beppo is kind of funny if that's the case. Kind of similar to how he's treating the story. People kind of positive about him, but just really ain't willing to give him the full time of day. I mean, I like a lot of stuff when it comes to Beppo, but most people just see him as a cute bear in a jumpsuit. I mean, it's all you're really going to be, bud. I know you got more in you, but that's all you really got. I mean, I think he's going to have some pretty good fundamentals coming back later, especially if we get Trafalgar Law coming back in the story, but I mean, Oda really likes Law, so I can see Beppo coming back. So I definitely say to put this on your watch list. I definitely think that we should be watching Beppo. But I mean, unless you start really seeing some stuff in the spoilers, I wouldn't really look at him. Big Mom, I got a decent profit from this. We're going up to 47 from 25. And folks, this is going to be a little bit controversial. I bought this stock banking on the spoilers from 1140. I have seen a little bit from 1141, but we'll be able to get into that at the end of the video here. Blackbeard Another huge movement stock. Up 103 berries from his initial open of 75. I said it was a bargain back then. I said it was going to go up back then. Oh, what can I say? Blackbeard, great pick. I am so happy with this. Nothing else I've really shown. This is just all of the true hearts getting on this stock. This is just everyone saying this is a solid company. This is a solid pickup. This is going to have a good growth. This is going to be a guaranteed long-term hold, and people have piled in. I mean, it goes to show you how solid of a foundation this stock has. When we have basically zero rumblings about this character, and people are already piling in, giving him a 103 berry increase. Crazy support, amazing company. Boa Hancock. There's a lot of people who own too much lotion and too many tissues that are participating in this market. I know at least one person who is mostly all in on Boa, and I man, if you're gonna make your money, you're gonna make your money. I mean, I shouldn't judge. Making money is the most important thing that we're all here for. So, if you can make it off the people that are gonna be investing in Boa for no other fundamental reason other than just a goon, it is what it is. Just understand that you are taking some crusty dollars whenever that's the case. Bonnie at 68. I I've said I don't like this character. I don't like us turning into Nika piece. I don't like Timu Nika over here. I just don't like her. So, seeing her at 68 from an initial $50 buy, whatever. I if you made money off this, sell this shit immediately. Get this off your portfolio. Not a good pick. Now I have seen people picking up Dory and Bragi as a solid pick. Now I do think Dory and Bragi are going to be a really good pickup for LBAF, and I think I said this last time. And just showing here, there's already an initial bump up from both their $50 startups. Going to 66 and 69, we're going to see Dory pulling slightly ahead of Bragi. I can only presume probably because of either the laugh diff or aesthetic diff. And I don't think I disagree with them. I mean, I think Dory definitely has the way better aesthetic than Bragi IMO. Like, Bragi just kind of reminds me of whatever the fuck that Salvage Monkey's name is from Mocktown, from Mocktown. Yeah, Christ, I can't believe I couldn't fucking remember Mocktown. Either way, go to Brook. All of the Straw Hat Pirates were going to be easy buys. I mean, we knew they were going to be solid increases. Brook almost doubling his price immediately. Can't say I'm opposed to it. I mean, I like the character, fun guy. Hasn't really done a whole lot in Elbaf, but doesn't really need to. You know what I mean? Like, so long as we see a bunch of stuff going on later, I'm not too worried about Brook kind of just hanging out right now. Going on to Buggy at 121. I really like this. A $71 berry increase on Buggy just from cross guild hype. Immaculate. I said Buggy was going to be a good play. It turned out to be just that case. Really like that. Going over looking at Caribou. Caribou at 22 versus whenever he initially started out at 10. I can see where people were coming from looking at Caribou. Not saying that they were cooking really well, and I definitely think they were burning the dish, but they were definitely in the kitchen putting something together, and I don't hate it. Now, I do think Caribou has a really good potential of the increase whenever he is going towards the Blackbeard crew right now, giving them a bunch of information. He's slowly being the ultimate snitch. So, like, I'm 100% down to get further into investing in Caribou. I might actually look at this because this actually might be a really good pickup. Because this actually might still be a really good bargain for 22. Like, depending on the information that comes out and what happens on Full LED, I definitely think Caribou could probably get to the 70s to 75 berry range, depending on what happens. Now, this is a big if on whether or not it gets capitalized on, and if you get some big moments. But if it starts getting alluded to, you might actually see some interesting plays happen with Caribou, and I'm really excited to see what happens there. Going on to Carrot, Carrot at 48. I like this. I love seeing this character getting a decent increase in their price. Actually, Carrot can't start out at 25, right? She didn't start out at 50. She started out at 50. I'm gonna look like a damn fool, and I'm pretty sure she started out at 25. But Carrot going from what I presume to be 25 up to 48, good, solid foundation here. She's probably gonna stay around this area. I don't really see a whole lot of people investing more into her with a lack of support coming from the story right now. Cavendish at 30. Uh, Only a $5 increase to this character who's probably going to show up later. Star Half Grand Fleet might go to 35, might crab their way up there. Unlike in the anime, Cavendish's stock is not going to be going fast. It is going to have zero speed feeds. This is going to crab upward at best, or it's going to just crab downward. There ain't nothing fast that's going to go on with this stock. Our boy Saint Charlos, I'm putting my hands together praying because this man is the GOAT. But $14 from his 10. 4 berry increase. People are investing in him. People are loading up. The true fans of the series, the fans of NTR and Ugly Bastards, they are loading up on GOAT, and they're ready to rock and roll. We'll see how it works out for him, but Chopper 25 from an initial start price of 10. I mean, like I said, folks, I didn't think this was going to get like a substantial like bump up in his stock price, especially from all the stuff that's been going on with him. Like the fact that we haven't been getting a whole lot of his character and the intense mascotification of him. Seeing a 15 berry increase on a main core Straw Hat member is fucking disappointing. Like, it is really. This just goes to show how little people really do care about this character, and I think it's accurate. I think it shows you how much of a bag Oda fumbled with it. Crocodile, like I said, we're going to capitalize on Cross Guild. Crocodile, another good pickup. If you went for the Cross Guild trio right here, when we get down to Mihawk, I haven't seen this yet, but I'm gonna presume Mihawk probably saw healthy amounts of profits too, because people just love the world's strongest swordsman. WSS is just too much. Doflamingo, 76, 21 berry increase from the guy who's sitting around in fucking jail. I mean, we'll see if anything happens, but I have nothing really to say on Doflamingo on this. Bro is literally chained up. He is in a worse position than what Loki was, with no plans, no aspirations. Most we're gonna see out of Doflamingo is gonna be from his Seraphim. Don't care. I already talked about Dory. Dragon 166. Fuck it, yeah. You get. I'm his fucking profile picture right there. Like I am. ... ellipsis. What the fuck are you guys investing in? What are we doing? This character has done nothing. He's literally just stood around saying, "Alright, Kuma, guess you're gonna get cucked now." Later, I'm gonna go play poker with Vegapunk and lose and not say anything. Like we have lost the plot, boys. Like I don't understand why the fuck we are investing our money in a ... man. Drake at 20. I mean, oh wow, we actually saw a negative. We're actually down 5 berries from 25 on X Drake. Oh, it is not looking good for Sword. It is looking abysmal for Mr. X Drake over here. I mean, I just don't think he was even that cool when he was first introduced in Sabaody. I mean, like, he really just his main problem was all the other supernovas were just so much cooler, and this guy looks kind of lame. IMO. I mean, maybe some people are into him, but obviously not enough to fucking bump his stock price up on the easiest week to be green. It's just a downward slope from here. I can see him going down. If we had the ability to short, I would short him. I would short him to oblivion right now. But we can't do that yet. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that becomes a thing we can do because I'm going to leverage a bunch of plays if that's the case. And now, I said before, he is coming back. The mural that shows the Arc Maxim, Enel is going to make his way back, and it's going to be a glorious return. We got the cover stories. We got the Devil Fruit diff. We got the drip. We got the God diff. We have mantra. Who cares about observation hockey if we have mantra? Enel, great stock. This one is going to go up. You were getting it for a bargain before the market closed. Right now, you're getting him at his you're getting him at his probably still reduced price, but this is about what I would expect to pay for an Enel stock. People call me crazy for saying this. I think Enel is fairly valued around the 110 to 125 rate. You're paying a small premium, but that's what you get for getting on the fucking bus late. You get a late fee. Frankie, 109. Healthy increase from his original start of 50 berries. Core Straw Hat member, doubling in price. Frankie, also fan favorite. Shame they made him look worse post time skip. I'm a pre-time skip Frankie enjoyer myself. But still, great character. Love everything about Frankie. Cool guy. He deserves to have his stock go up. I can only see this just generally following the trends of the market. I can see him going up at the market. Fujitora, up to 83 berries from his initial 50 startup. I mean, Admiral. I can see it go up. I mean, similar amount of movement as Aokiji, probably a bit less, just because people have seen Aokiji a lot longer. There's a lot more stuff to go off on him. He's going to generally have more fans than Fujitora. I like Fujitora. I think he's cool, but I mean, he came in later. You're going to have less people that are there being your fan. You know what I mean? Scopper Gaban for 122 berries. From his initial price of 50, I said this stock was a sell. I was not a huge fan of it when I did my jet bounty. And you know what? I'll admit it. I was wrong. People like Scopper. I mean, they like the Mountain Eater. They like old Jin Sanji. That's what I'm going to refer to him as. They generally like him, and you know what? I was way too bought in on the fundamentals. I think Eustace Kid is something that showed me the light of saying that this is about agendas, people. This isn't about fundamentals. That's why Dragon's at 166 right now. This isn't about fundamentals. This is about hype and what can happen. And what can happen is later in the arc, Scopper Gaban's probably going to do a cool thing fighting a God Knight or holding off like some admiral showing up or holding off a guy. He's probably going to do basically the same story beats that Rayleigh did during Saba Odi, holding off the God Knights for doing something from whenever they're attacking the Straw Hats. If I had to throw my guess in the ring, that's what I think is going to happen. That's what people are banking on. I mean, I don't think they're necessarily wrong for wanting to do that, but definitely, I will admit I was wrong on it. And I'll say, probably way too overvalued now at 122 to buy in on him. But you might be able to make a small profit depending on if people want to hold this and they actually think something's going to happen later in the arc. I mean, it might be worth it to pick him up. Actually, I mean, I don't know if I'll do it. I mean, I think I'm fine missing this train. I don't think I'm too worried about it. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I can't have 100% accuracy all the time. And if I did, you guys would say I'm doing market manipulation. So I got to keep the OP SEC off my back. Moving on to Garling. Nearly doubling in his price. Literally just hype swordsman. I mean, he's the guy who replaced Saturn after Saturn fumbled the bag so fucking hard he got skeletonized. Yeah, I like Garling. I think 98 is probably pretty fair, around 100. I mean, I can see that being the case. Now, seeing Garp at the exact same price as Garling is a bit weird, mainly because so the way I view this, is Garling is definitely on the up. He's on the upswing, right? Like he's moving up. We are gonna see where he goes. People are getting in. They're trying to get in early. They're trying to get that investment in. I would say are exiting the market. But these are people who are buying the fucking stock. The guy is literally chained up in full of lead. He is literally chained up, defeated after getting jumped. What are we doing here, folks? Like he's done. He's out. He's out of the fucking story for now. What, you think we're gonna cut back to it and he's broken through the chains and he's whipping the shit out of Blackbeard? No. No, this dude's chained, defeated. Kobe over here using kindness kick. Who cares? Garp should not be at 98. Get this shit out of my face. Gunko at 86. I've seen a couple people post saying they're investing in Gunko. I don't agree with it, but she's a part of the God Knight group. So if you're moving with the God Knights, fine. Sure, people can think she's hot. I don't like her aesthetic, but I guess I'm not the end all be all opinion for all One Piece fans. I don't necessarily like her aesthetic. I'm not gonna say I like it either. Also because Oda has a habit of anytime he makes a somewhat decent appearance for a female character, he just goes, I must make her 16. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not gonna get fucking FBI rated. Fuck you. So 86 on Gunko. I mean, if you're willing to go on God Knight hype, you could probably buy that. I could see that still. I could see that still going up to like 95, 96. I could see it going up about 10 berries for an increase, at least for the next couple chapters. Haruden. I'm gonna get his name right eventually, but I'm not gonna look up how to spell it. So, or how to say it. I need you guys to let me know when I say it right, so that I can keep doing that and have a audio reference of myself. Him up to 49 though. I think he started at 50, right? Or was he at 25? 49. I'm still gonna say it's a bit too much for him. In my opinion, I think he's probably overpriced at 25. So I think people are only invested in right now because he's relevant in the story. I think it's people trying to find a hype train, trying to get a pretty easy buy whenever they had way easier buys and like more and better guarantees going into the last buy cycle. I think these people are chasing something that they could have easily gotten in other stocks this time around, but they bought in on him for whatever fucking reason. But right now might be a good time to buy in on him because he might be about to have a pretty cool moment coming up soon, so his stocks may go up in price. But I think you're like a week late in doing the, or you're a week early in doing this play that should have been done a week later from whenever this first came out. So either these people are on some kind of weird timeline shift, or they're mixing up their market signals. I'm not sure which one, but I would definitely put him on like a maybe buy. I mean, I kind of like him at 49. I might check him out later depending on whatever market's open. Hawkins going down to 13. Literal zombie stock. This is a dead company. I don't know how many times I have to keep saying this. It only went down $12. There is no CEO in the building. There's no board of directors. The building is a fucking jack in the box. The the the, the corporate CEO building is a fucking jack in the box now. No one's home. Why are people buying this? Emu at 145, literally buying the fucking rumors. Like I don't. What are you going on? Like what's the plan here, guys? Like, are we gonna? Eam has had only bad moments. They've had no cool moments. They got outsped by fucking Sabo where they weren't able to kill him. He left out of there. Like they collapsed because Joy Boy's ancient not hockey went off 800 years later, like 2,000 miles away. Like, what has Eam done that's impressive? I'm waiting here. I don't like this at 145. I would maybe invest in this at like 60. 60 would be good. But yeah, anything over 100 is a crazy buy. That's a crazy use of your money for that. Going to a Vonkov though. Vonkov going up $9, almost 2xing on their price from 10. I like that. I definitely think Ivankov has room to grow. I really let they have good fundamentals, and I do think they have a really good movement later in the story. The only problem is newcomers are kind of like divisive in their portrayal, so not really sure how we want to address that. But I like the character. That's all I'm really gonna say on the matter. Jack at 17, do not like this. This character should be going down. This character should be lower than Hawkins. At least Hawkins is fucking dead. Jack is just worthless. Moving on. Jinbei, another core Straw Hat member at 81. Another increase that we expected. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here with this movement. Jinbei, though, I kind of expected Jinbei to get a little bit more movement, but he is a more recent Straw Hat, so I could definitely see people not being near as invested in him as some of the other ones. So 81 seems fair. I can see that going. Joy Boy at 137. This is the same thing as Eam. Also, kind of funny. Eam 145, Joy Boy 137. Eam wins yet again, even here in the stock market. Joy Boy literally can't compete. Either way. What are we doing here? Like, there is nothing to go off here. There is nothing here. It's literally a silhouette and a knot and a robot. It's a knot and a robot and a silhouette. That's all we got. The gang's all here. Jupiter going down from 50. That makes sense. I mean, he didn't have the best display on Egghead, but he was all right. So he didn't really take that big of a hit, but I can understand him not really going up crazy in value. Judge staying dead even is hilarious to me. No one literally no one even cares to buy this character. Irrelevant looking ass. Get out of here. Rumor man. The man of 1,000 rumors. People say. Insiders familiar with the matter. Going an increase of $11 up to 36. I mean, some people are betting on Kaido. I mean, I don't see why. And you would have me be remiss if I even tried this. I'm not a fan of it. I wouldn't really do it, but Katakuri to 39. This is from a $25 initial buy. I knew Katakuri was going to go up pretty decently. I was expecting a 2x. I was expecting a 2x out of him. Kind of disappointed it didn't go up that much, but I was more willing to throw my money in there just for the principle on it. I could have went further into Loki, but I like the fundamentals on Katakuri, but it seems other people aren't willing to follow me. Looking at Eustace Kid now, 70 from 25. Like I said, I made the Jet Bounty on Kid, and I said the Kid fans are ravenous. They're going to buy this character no matter the situation, and look who was right. Nearly a 3x from where he was at. He almost went up 3 times his value. And the thing is, on no fundamentals, this is purely agenda right here. I'm happy for all the Kid fans making a profit. Here's the thing though, they're not gonna sell it. They're not gonna actualize a profit. They're gonna hold on to it till it's worth 0. And trust me, if they don't keep buying, it's coming. And if the thing is, if they just keep holding, it is gonna go down. So I definitely think Kid had the initial pump. We'll see if it maintains. We'll see if the agendas can keep going. We'll see if they can keep pumping other stocks to keep buying Kid. Killer doing a quick little 2x from 25 up to 50, just following the Kid fans. Kid fans are probably going 3-1 Kid Killer. Maybe 3-2 if I had to guess. Now, Killingham having an $8 increase. He was a late addition. People weren't really able to get their money in there whenever he first got released because he came in right before the market closed. So surprised to even see him have an $8 increase. I mean, that's $8 more than Judge fucking got. But also, this is a holy night. But also, this is a God night. So thing is, he was gonna follow and go up anyway. So like people were gonna be investing in killing him anyway. So seeing just an $8 increase off of that, but it wasn't there for that long. So I'm kind of okay with this, honestly. I will see him going up, and I still think 58's a bargain sale for a God Knight, but we'll see how much he goes up. Kinemon for 13 berries. I mean, Kinemon's out of the story, folks. I mean, $12 decrease on his stock price whenever this guy's out of the fucking story. I mean, he might come back in the final arc, but I think 13's a bit too high for him, honestly. King for 46, nearly a 2x in his price. I think that's pretty alright. I definitely thought he was going to go at least up into probably like the 70s, especially because of the mural, but I guess people aren't putting the same stock in the mural as I was. I mean, I definitely thought King would be making a bigger comeback, but we'll see. Kizaru, 113. I am very happy with this. I knew Kizaru was going to go up. I knew the Kizaru True Hearts were going to be there. Our favorite McDonald's delivery DoorDashman. Love this guy. We knew he was holding back an egghead. He wasn't showing his true display. We know. The Kizaru fans know. Kobe for 114. I mean, you probably saw a decent profit on it, but like I just don't really like Kobe myself. I mean, I liked him way earlier, but now they have him doing the whole like honesty impact shit, kindness kick. I mean, I think that shit's generally like really fucking lame. Like all they had to do was give him cool moves. He could have just been a Garp copycat, but they had to make him a Garp copycat, but just fucking like L names for moves. Kuma for 61, I definitely could see an increase in this, especially with the rumors going around right now that Kuma's probably gonna be getting his memories back. I could see the price coming up. Like people really want to see that reuniting between Kuma and Bonnie, and I think it'd be a wholesome moment, honestly. Even though I don't like Bonnie and all the Nika glazing and what Kuma and Bonnie represent by doing all that, I'm willing to deal with it just for the moment. You know what I mean? Like getting to see that panel is gonna make my heart flutter regardless. So I'm willing to eat it just to be able to see that. Laboon going up to 37 from 25. I mean, okay. Like I don't know why you would invest in this. Like I don't get it personally, but sure, whatever. The Laboon True Hearts out here fucking showing their support, giving Laboon greater movement than fucking Judge. Trafalgar Law. I'm pretty sure he was around. No. He was only at 25, so he went over at 2x. That's interesting. I would have really thought there were going to be more Law fans out there. Like I definitely thought Law was probably going to go up into the hundreds, seeing how much of these other characters were moving. But I guess the hype just ain't there. I guess this just isn't Dressrosa and fucking all that other shit. Like I guess he's just not around as much. I mean, especially after the whole thing with Blackbeard, I guess people just weren't as hyped seeing Law. I mean, maybe it'll go up whenever he comes back into the story again, but yeah, I guess people just weren't as willing to show their support this time around. Lily, literal silhouette yet again, up to 62 for whatever reason. You made $12 off of people throwing dice at shadows. Up to 37 from 25 on Lilith, a decent increase on a character that I don't really think is doing a whole lot, but I mean, she's bringing back Vegapunk or Stella, sorry. So yeah, I could see that. Maybe they'll bring back Vegapunk in the agenda list whenever Stella's actually brought back. But I mean, we have fucking Basil Hawkins on here. Why can't we have fucking dead Stella? Moving on to my boy. Moving on to the most W stock on this list. Loki, the hype man himself. We've been going all in as much as we can for this the whole time. We love seeing Loki stocks. 213 berries from 50. An amazing profit margin. All of my Loki homies, we are thriving. We are moisturized. We are in our lane. We are thriving. Fuck all these other losers who didn't invest in Loki. Loki Chads, rise up, because I'm among you. I love this stock. I'm gonna hold it through till after next chapter. I'm gonna keep holding Loki. I think it's gonna go up. I really do think Loki's gonna keep going up. Now after next chapter, we'll see how the spoilers go. Probably gonna dump him after that. But for right now, I really like this stock. Lucci, whatever, 33. I don't care. I literally have no analysis on Lucci. Don't care. Luffy at 222, the titular character, the main character, Nika himself. 222 berries increased over 120 or 122 berries from his initial 100 startup. I can understand it. He's literally the main fucking character. He's gonna go up. Regardless on how much I don't like Gear 5, people are gonna buy it as much as I fucking hate it. And my opinion doesn't fucking matter, but yeah, he's gonna go up. I mean, he'll probably keep going up from 222. People will just see Luffy and they'll just start drooling on themselves, clicking on the buy button. Magellan 36 is a good agenda. I mean, I like the character, but 36 is definitely gonna be he's gonna stay around this area. Marco, not really a whole lot to say. I mean, I don't really think he's going to be making too many entrances in the story from now on. But I like the character, but I don't really think anything crazy is going to go on to really see him introduced that much. Marcus Mars going down from 50 at 38 right now. That's kind of crazy because I feel like Mars had a really good showing during Egghead. That's really weird. I guess there's not enough Mars supporters. Maybe his form just doesn't look cool enough. Mihawk at 158 from 75 berries. Again, cross guild, generally green across their thing. No negatives to see in sight. Mihawk always gonna have supporters. It's gonna be like Luffy, Mihawk, Zoro, just all the normal standard picks that are gonna go up in price. I mean, Mihawk's an easy guarantee if you're just wanting slow, steady increase. Momonosuke at 36 from 25. Not too worried about this. Just standard increase. I mean, a lot of these ones, I'm not really gonna have a whole lot to say. This is mainly just gonna follow under these characters are generally liked by the bulk of the community. They're gonna go up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like that's all it's really gonna be. Morgan's down from 25 to 24. What? What the fuck? Morgan's is like a solid pick though. Like Morgan's, Vivi, and Wapple actually are like a really solid pick. What the fuck is going on here? What is this decision? Okay, like I'm really not a huge fan on going from on having a decrease in price for Morgans. Like this is a solid character. Like why is this price going down? But okay, I guess the markets are irrational sometimes. Gecko Moria going from 25 to 43. What's the agenda here, folks? Like, are people thinking Moria's coming back? Like, I mean, if Moria does come back, though, I mean, he's had 2 fake out deaths so far, and I mean, if he comes back at full lead, getting rescued after assaulting there, I definitely think there could be something really cool. Like if he comes back in Cross Guild, I would really like to see that driven Moria, willing to like put in the work, use his devil fruit and work in tandem with it rather than just let it do all the work for him. So I'm interested to see where the community is going with this. Like they might actually be cooking something right there, and if that's the case, like if that actually like shows itself, Moria might be a really undervalued stock, unironically. Nami at 81. Are any of us really that surprised at Nami getting a pretty healthy increase? I mean, are any of us really that surprised? No, I'm not. 81, I figured would have been higher. Like I figured more people would have poured into Nami, but I guess there's too many pretty girls in here for it to only be one for it all to only be dumped into one character. It's kind of interesting to see Nostro actually get a bit of a boost, even though Atlas fucking chapsued herself on him and like he got held back from that. I would have thought that really would have tanked him, but I guess old man with a sword really gets people hyped up, especially with the cool like skeleton centaur stuff that he can do. They put Oda on the stock. Please, please, no one buy this stock. It would be so funny to see this stock go to like 5. Please, if I can have anything, please make this stock go really low. It would be so fucking funny. But if I'm going to give my legitimate analysis, I do think this is probably a buy right now with LVAF. Now, if this was Wano, I would be screaming at the hills for you to sell. If this was Egghead, I would be screaming at you to sell. But for right now, for with what Oda's cooking right now, I'm gonna, in spite of everything I want to say, I'm gonna say this is a hesitant buy. We're really gonna see if she's gonna come back and do something interesting. I mean, I think she will since the Blackbeard Pirates have taken her. I doubt they're just gonna kill her off screen and then take her power. I think they'll probably use her. Be like a really good like thing for Sanji to be able to really want to do. It will remind him to get his fucking mental in gear and actually lock the fuck in. Queen down to 13. I mean, like I said, they got diffed by Green Bull. I mean, they really had going for them was their kind of fight with Chopper, and then just getting power scaled by Sanji. I mean, they really didn't have a whole lot going off of them. Their aesthetic isn't really that cool. I kind of like the whole cybernetic thing and then being like a cybernetically enhanced dinosaur, but like aside from conceptual stuff, that's really all Queen has. And I mean, like, that's not really gonna. When it comes to the world of stock agendas, it just ain't enough. You know what I mean? Like it's just not enough to carry you, and this shows it quite easily what ends up happening. Rayleigh going up to 64. I'm surprised to see Rayleigh not having a similar increase to Scopper, but I guess it's recency bias. I mean that's all I would say on that. I think Rayleigh's a decent pickup. 64 is a pretty good thing, especially if we're going to see anything later during the final work. But if it doesn't look like that's happening, probably wouldn't really pick him up. I think it's a good deal for him, but I don't really see it going up. Robin at 100 berries. Seeing Robin have a higher amount than Nami kind of surprises me. I would have figured there'd be more people wanting to buy Nami than Robin, but hey, more power to him. I personally like Robin more than Nami, but hey, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Gold Roger, down 5 berries. Hey, it's gonna crab down like the dude is literally dead. We're banking on flashbacks for anything to do with him. This man is not on anyone's agenda list. Green Bull up from 50 to 85. I think he's an admiral. He's definitely going to be doing things. Capture Queen. Uh, Wi-Fi hockey scares him. I mean, the bro is a Logia type and he's afraid of hockey. So I mean, it makes sense. So going up a decent amount. I mean, I don't really like his aesthetic that much, and I mean, I think his power is alright, aside from it being kind of silly, the whole forest that doesn't burn down. But I mean, I like him at 85. I like him kind of close to. I think all the admirals should be kind of close to 100, but definitely could see Green Bull maybe going up a little bit or going down and getting a bit more of a value, but I would maybe buy this. I'm not super sold on it. Sabo 95, way overvalued. Way overvalued. Don't like this character. Don't like his aesthetic. Don't like that he has Ace's power. I mean, at 95, it's just too much, man. Like, fuck, the markets might be irrational, but all of the fundamental knowledge I have is telling me 95 is way too much for him. But again, people were willing to throw 166 berries worth on Dragon, who is literally nothing but Yeah, literally nothing. But he has literally nothing to his name right now. So I mean, maybe Sabo could see similar success. Who knows? Who knows? Sanji at 155. Interesting. One of the big three. I mean, well, formerly the big three. No, I'm not going to make that joke. I'm still going to include Sanji the big three. I don't want to take that spot away from him and give it to Jinbei. I don't want to do that. I think the meme is funny and everything, but Sanji is still in the big three, especially with him unlocking his genetics and stuff. So Sanji, 155. I mean, core three Straw Hat member. I mean, I definitely see it. So I'm not opposed to it. Saturn at 20 foot. How did Saturn go up in value? He is literally killed on screen. He is one of the few characters that gets killed in One Piece. Who in the fuck is buying this guy? What are you doing? Did, I, what? Folks, this man is literally dead. He did nothing during Egghead. He he stabbed Vegapunk. He blew up the head of a marine. He did a bit of damage to Sanji, and that was fucking it. What are we investing in here? And Sengoku is from 25 to 46. I mean, I like this. I mean, Sengoku retired now. I mean, this is just people that like the character investing in it. There's no real agenda here. I mean, it's just people like him, so they put their money with him. Shamrock at 118, Shanks at 193. Like I said, Shamrock is going to kind of follow with Shanks. Shanks definitely pulling ahead because people just they just like him. They just like the stock. But Shamrock at 118, God Knight. I like this. I like Shamrock being up there in the hundreds. I definitely think this is fair value for him. I mean, he's out of the Elbastar right now. So I think people will probably end up selling Shamrock, which is going to cause his price to go down, which is going to give you a better entry point to get in on. But because of people that are going to be selling him, they're going to give you that better entry point. That's going to let you slide in and get a pretty healthy profit on him. I think he's probably going to crab down to about 80, depending on whether or not we see any prevalence from him after the God Knights start doing stuff. So I definitely think don't buy him yet and see if his stock price starts dwindling down as people start moving their money out from him. I definitely think he will go down in price and there'll be a really good buy-in for whenever he's going to come back later. Shanks at round 200, I mean, I think this is blown up out of proportion. I think this is overvalued. Problem is, though, they're not going to sell these shares. Like, getting in early and getting him at 100, and now he's at 193, I don't think they're going to be willing to sell him. I think more people are just going to pile in. So I definitely think people are just going to keep buying it. So if you want Shanks, now's the time to get into it. Maybe he goes to 300. Maybe he stays around 225, 250. So still a chance for a decent profit, but I mean, unless you're just willing to chase that little bit of guaranteed movement, I think Shanks isn't necessarily a good pick for it. Shirahoshi at 41, going from 25. I still think this is a solid buy. This is a beautiful buy still. Shirahoshi is going to go so much higher once she fully gets the Poseidon powers and the final war arc happens. Shirahoshi is going to go crazy high. I guarantee it. Shiryu 3-berry increase. I mean, he's a cool guy. He's a cool invisible guy. That's all I got. Smoker at 81. I don't know why people are buying the hype on Smoker. He's done nothing. But yeah, sure, we can buy it because he has a cool post-time skip aesthetic, I guess. Somers at 65. I like that. I like the increase. He's definitely got a higher increase than Killingham. Like, going up into the 60s from an initial $50 buy-in for him. I think it's like what I was saying in my video whenever I was talking about him. Somers just has a better aesthetic than Killing Him, so people are willing to buy into the hype more. I mean, that's what it is. It literally is just nothing has been shown about them, but the aesthetics of the characters. So people are just gonna buy the one that looks cooler. Tashiki up $10. I mean, sure, if Smoker can go up a 2x, sure we can give $10 to Tashiki. I don't know why you would invest in this character. She all she does is catch elves, but whatever. Rouge up to 64. The Rouge believers here? That's crazy. All right. Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't buy anymore. Actually, Rouge, no, that's still pretty cheap. And I mean, Rouge has a pretty rabid fan base, it looks like. So I should probably say Rouge is probably still a buy, honestly. Maybe up till he's like 75, 75-ish probably. That's when I would kind of cool down, maybe take some profits. Usopp at 86 from 25 berries? What? Who's buying this? Actually, yeah, who the fuck is buying Usopp at 86? That's a crazy increase. Man, whoever bought that in is about to take a huge profit. They're about to take a meaty profit. Vivi up to 41. Wow. Wow. Already up to 41. I thought this was going to be a long-term hold. Oh man. If you got in at 10 berries with Vivi, that is a crazy increase because she's going to go up. She is definitely going to go up in the final arc. Like Vivi is probably going to go up maybe to the 80s, maybe 90s, depending on how well she does in the final arc. I think Vivi's still a solid buy right now. Like, I definitely think Vivi's a really good buy. But if you got in at $10, whenever I was saying when I said this character was undervalued, if you followed my advice, you are sitting pretty right now. Not as much as if you went in on Loki like I did, but you're probably sitting pretty right now. Wapple up 34 from 10. Yeah, if you bought my Vivi and Wapple, you probably would have lost that a bit of my Morgan's pick. That's a bit of my bad on that one. I definitely thought he would go up more, but if you paid attention to the Vivi and Wapple picks, you were sitting pretty on your profits right now. Yeah, if you went in on Loki, Vivi, and Wapple, like I was saying, you probably made huge profits this time around. War Curie up $2. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I I why the fuck is War Curie up $2 when Saturn is up fucking 15? Like War Curie had a way fucking better showing than fucking Saturn did, and yet this little zombified corpse over here is making fucking profits. And no one's home in this fucking building over here, but somehow people keep sending money to the fucking PO box. Whatever. Weevil 36. People just getting the initial investment on him. Zebek at 43. I can't recall. Was he at 50 or was he at 25? Probably at 50 if I had to guess. Seeing him go down, yeah, people just don't. For some reason, now we don't want to buy Silhouette Rumorman. But for all the other characters, buying silhouettes is cool and Chad. Except when it's back for whatever reason. Yumtoad 86. Oh, what did I say? This stock is just gonna go up in price. It's gonna be your standard 2 to 3% return every chapter because every cover story is gonna cover Yamato. It's like what I said. I mean, this is going to be your invest in it. You don't even have to worry about it going up in price. Zoro 171 higher than Sanji. Everything is as it should be. Zoro 171, I like it. I mean, Luffy's at 222, Zoro's 171, Sanji's 155. I mean, the ranges feel good and they feel about where I think they would. So I think this is a fair price. I mean, I certainly would pay 171 for Zoro, and I'd pay 155 for Sanji. Probably wouldn't pay 222 for Luffy, but you guys know how I feel about that. Zunisha at 22. Pretty sure Zunisha was at 10, I'm pretty sure. Wow, so it's actually going up. People are banking on the final war. Probably mural boost, if I had to guess. Yeah, people are probably banking on the mural. If I think so. So let's hop over and let's check out the spoilers for 141. Then, uh, then I think we'll end the video. So I got them pulled up right now. So looks like really short spoilers so far for 141. So let's check it out. Subtitle: The Thing I Fear the Most. Cover story: Yamato attacks Who's Who with yeah, Yamato yet again. Yeah, prepare for your 2% stock dividend. A giant snake called Jormungandr attacks Walrus School. Solon Headmaster Kiba take it down. Yeah, I like Jormungandr from the whole folklore aspect. I like that. The giant children start sleepwalking to the beach following Gunko's arrow. Ooh, okay. So does that mean Gunko's able to like guide them or something with it? I mean, I know she was able to guide her foot with all that stuff, so I guess we're getting more Gunko feet, so she'll probably go up in price as well then. Loki orders Luffy and the others to unlock the last cuff from his leg, warning them that he can still destroy Elbaf in this state. If Loki can still destroy Elbaf with a Sea Prism Stone cuff link on his leg, if he's a Devil Fruit user, that's like a fucking insane feat because it's supposed to sap his strength. So then Loki strikes Ragnir into the Atom Tree, triggering a lightning strike from the sky, which causes a fire. It, is Ragnir just fucking Mjolnir? Okay, well, yeah. Okay, so we are definitely going to be selling Big Mom stock at open. Like we're going to take a profit on that because if Loki's going to be the one bringing thunder and fire or lightning and fire down, then like we're not going to even be investing in Big Mom. Fuck that. So then at the school, the children's fears come to life as eerie, doodle-like monsters resembling Loki. Makes sense. Black Nika. The what? Dragon and more. I'm assuming this is a normal dragon. Black Nika. The, huh. Okay, Oda. I guess. You know, Oda recently did have a sponsorship with the Lakers, so what could he have meant by this? It's probably nothing. I'm probably thinking too much into it. So Anji remembers she taught the children to draw their greatest fears. The Holy Knights watches it all go down. Summers asks Gunko what she fears the most, and Gunko replies, Nika. Literally me. I fear Nika the most too. True. Ruins the goddamn story. But yeah, with those spoilers, I think that's going to be the end of the video. I thank you guys for checking it out. I really appreciate all the love and support I've been getting so far, and I will see you guys in the next one.